Hi everyone! In today's video, we are going to continue our Montessori at Home series. We are talking about the playroom today, and I'm going to be giving you some suggestions on how to prepare your child's playroom to foster independence and bring some Montessori into that room of your home. Now, when I'm talking about the playroom, this doesn't necessarily need to be an entire room. Basically, this is just wherever in the home your child spends the majority of their waking hours. Where is it that they usually are playing and engaging in activities? This might be in their bedroom, this might be in the living room. So a playroom is wherever your child plays. So in today's video, I'm going to be answering the following questions. What is a Montessori shelf? How to prepare toys to foster your child's independence? How many toys should you put out for your child? And what is toy rotation? In Montessori, you hear us talk a lot about preparing a shelf with activities, similar to the ones that are behind me here. And the truth is that you don't necessarily need a shelf in your child's playroom. All you need to do is create some order. We've talked about the importance of order in previous videos, and that carries over into your child's playroom. If you don't have a shelf, you can still create order by using baskets and trays. So here's an example of a rope basket. Here is a small tray. Here is a medium tray, and there's also one that's a little bit larger as well. So if you've got baskets and trays, you can put them on the floor instead of putting them on a shelf. Just have an area of the room designated for the toys so that your child knows where to find their toys and where to put them back when they are finished. In infancy, your child can observe you putting their toys back when they're finished with it. And then in toddlerhood, once they start to become a little bit more interested in participating in those types of activities, having some order is really going to help to encourage them to put their toys back when they are finished working with them. Okay, so the next one is how to prepare toys. And I just want to show you this. So this is a bin full of toys. You can see there are multiple activities in here. Now, it's wonderful to have toys, obviously all organized in a bin like this, but it's difficult to choose what to do when there are multiple activities piled on top of each other inside a bin like this. So instead, in Montessori, what we would suggest is we would recommend that you separate each activity and put each one into its own individual basket or tray, or simply just put it on the shelf. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So something like this school bus with peg people. This probably doesn't need a tray or a basket. You can simply just put it on the shelf so that your child can find it whenever they'd like to play with it. Then we've got magnetiles, right? Multiple pieces all mixed up with the other toys in the bin. So what I would suggest for the magnetiles is putting them in a basket. So you just want to take them all out of the big toy bin. Oops. And that's all of them. And now, when your child wants to play with the magnetiles, they're all found in one place. All right, what else do we have in here? Oh, look at this. We have some ocean animals. So the ocean animals can go in a basket if you've got a large basket. But in the classroom, I might present these materials on a tray. So there you have it. We've got all of the ocean animals organized on a tray so that the child can just take them off of their toy shelf when they're ready to play with them. And then finally, we have this activity, this scooping activity with a lot of different loose parts. So you can put this on a tray. The size of the tray will depend on the size of your child. Obviously, while they're younger and learning how to carry a tray, I would suggest a smaller size, but the mediums are pretty great too. So now we've got all of these little loose parts. So what we do in Montessori is that we try to put all of the loose parts into some sort of a container. So this one comes with a container, so we can put the spheres in there. And now the activity can go on the shelf, and everything the child needs, the spheres for sorting, the scoop, is all laid out and ready for them to get started. So we've gone from a bin full of toys to 1, 2, 3, 4 separate activities, all nicely organized on the shelf. Now, a question that we get a lot is, how many toys should I put out for my child at one time? And as we've discussed in some of the previous videos, less is more. The amount of toys to include really depends on how much time your child spends in that space. An infant with a very short attention span may want to explore 3 to 6 different activities or toys throughout an hour, just moving from toy to toy. While a toddler who is developing their concentration skills and who is starting to show more of an interest in repeating an activity over and over again, they might need a little bit less on the shelf. So again, 3 to 6 toys on the toddler shelf, but they are repeating those 6 exercises over and over and over again throughout the day. So there is no clear answer to how many toys to put out on your child's toy shelf. It really depends on your child's interests. You want to try to spend some time observing, seeing what toys they're really interested in, leaving those ones out on the shelf for them, creating order so that they know that they can go and retrieve those toys and work with them and play with them and repeat the movements over and over and over again. Repetition is something we really encourage in Montessori, because repetition leads to mastery, and mastery builds confidence. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is toy rotation. Now, if the child loses interest in an activity, or while you're observing your child, you see that there are maybe some toys on the shelves that they haven't touched in days or weeks, you know that it's time to remove those toys and rotate in something new. Now, toy rotation does not need to be on a set schedule. It really is about following your child's lead and following their interests. If they are happy with the way the toys that you have out, if they are happy to play with those same toys for weeks on end, then you want to leave the shelf as is. It's really only when you see that they're losing interest, or that they've lost interest rather, that it's time to maybe consider rotating the toys. So a really important part of toy rotation is that it's not a full rotation. So if I was rotating the materials on these shelves behind me, I wouldn't remove all of these materials and put new ones out. I would just select a handful of the activities, the ones that they're not interested in, and I would remove those, and then I would leave activities or toys that they are comfortable with and enjoying on the shelf. You don't want your child to walk into their playroom and not recognize anything, because that's a disruption to their sense of order. So you want to make sure that there are still a few activities on the shelf that they are enjoying. One of the other benefits about toy rotation is that it keeps the toys that you have interesting for a longer period of time. Children really live in the moment, and when they have a toy that they have really enjoyed, and perhaps, let's say for example, they have played with this toy for a couple of weeks, they've really enjoyed it, and then you've noticed that they've lost interest. Okay, so we're going to put that toy away now. Well, if you wait a couple of months and then bring that toy out again, it's going to be like a brand new toy. They might recognize it, they might remember that they've played with this toy before, but so much development happens in 2 months, especially when you're an infant and a toddler, that they're going to play with this toy in a completely different way because they've learned so much since the last time they played with it. So the goal when setting up your child's playroom is that you want it to be a space for them to explore, experiment, and grow. and you want them to be able to do this safely. So set up the room so that you will be able to say yes as much as possible. Set up the space for them so that they're free to explore and experiment and see where their interests lie. You want to create a space where they're going to be able to concentrate and learn how to play independently. Concentration is really the first step to independent play. So you want to create a space where they're going to be able to develop those skills. So if you're looking to add some Montessori materials or open-ended toys to your child's playroom, we have a really great selection here at the Montessori Room. We sell everything here that is behind me and much, much more. The Montessori Room is a team of parents and educators who carefully select everything that we sell so that we know that it's going to benefit your child's development. If you have any questions at all about anything in this video, feel free to give us a call or drop into our store at Woodbine and Danforth in Toronto. I'll see you next time. Bye.